Well, hello guys, and welcome back to another Steven Universe review. In this episode, we'll be taking a look at the Season 4 premiere, Kindergarten Kid. So the episode starts off with all the crystal gems are at the kindergarten. And they're going around to the cages and collecting the gym monsters and putting them into bubbles. Garnet says something along the lines of the reason they're doing this is because that's what Rose Quartz wanted, because it helps ease their suffering. Which, okay, I mean, I never really thought of gym monsters as, maybe I'm just thinking of suffering differently. So, one of the gym monsters gets away, and Peridot basically makes fun of them for it getting away, and Amethyst is like, okay, if you think you can do it, then you go do it. So Peridot says, oh, she'll go get the gym monster. And so she heads off, and Steven goes and follows her to go catch the thing. Perry keeps concocting these Perry plans to try to get it. They find the monster underneath one of the injector drills, and she goes and tries to use her metal powers to drop it on it, but it doesn't work. She ends up getting crushed by rocks, and then crushed by the injector drill head itself. She tries to create a cannon out of one of the injector drill heads, and that doesn't work either. She basically wants to push a rock off of a cliff to drop it on the monster, but the monster tricks them off the cliff, and the rock ends up, after a little rolling around, ends up landing on Peridot. And if you can't see the theme already for this episode, it's one giant Roadrunner cartoon. They're just doing the Roadrunner cartoon, and they do it pretty well. It is pretty funny, and I really do like this one. So from there, they're at the campfire that night. Peridot's mad that none of her plans are working. She calls gym monsters dumb, and then Steven's like, no, gym monsters aren't dumb. They just have their own way of thinking. You shouldn't be calling them that. And to help Peridot know what gym monsters feel like, Steven starts throwing marshmallows at her, and it gets her really mad now, and it does work. She does now understand what monsters feel like. So she goes in, and she does this whole act like the monster thing. She sticks out her tongue, she hops around, and it does kind of work. She does end up latching onto the monster, and then they go plummeting off a cliff. Again, Roadrunner cartoon. It's great. And so Peridot is successfully able to separate the gym from the monster, poofing it at the bottom of the cliff. Peridot tells it's a success. We find out the Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl never left because they were basically watching it because they knew she was going to fail. Peridot is able to bubble the gym, and when she hits the bubble, it sends it home, and her home is the barn. Because she's always called the barn her home away from Homeworld, but we now know that it is her home. We see Lapis there. She's reading manga. If I had one problem with this episode, it would be the fact that I think this would have been the perfect opportunity for Peridot to poof her form and finally gain her star. And yeah, even though it's not really that big of a problem, I just think they passed up a golden opportunity, if you know what I mean. And yeah, that's where the episode ends. But I do want to point out something. In the credits, instead of having Love Like You, it just has the sound of waves. This really is the start of something new. But I hope you all enjoyed, and until next time, peace.